In this video, I will show you two automations. One is for extracting leads from LinkedIn, anything but the email. And the second one is finding those emails in Apollo.io and then saving them to Google Sheets. That's basically it. I will first of all show you a live demo. Afterwards, I will explain to you how the automation works in a little flowchart. Thirdly, I will show you what tools I use and what you have to use in order to make this automation work, and also how much each tool costs. Spoiler, it's for free. And last but not least, I will give you a step-by-step walkthrough the automation so you can set it up for yourself to then export emails and annoy people with your cold email campaigns. Sound good? By the way, if you don't want to watch the whole video, I have everything linked down below as a free downloadable. Make sure to check that out. And without further ado, let's get into the live demo. This is the first automation. We will use this to extract leads from LinkedIn Sales Navigator. So let's go there. So I went ahead and filled this out. We are searching for small marketing companies in Frankfurt, specifically founders that we want to target. As you can see, we found 60 people. We're going to go ahead, copy that LinkedIn URL and put it into our trigger Google Sheets. Then over to our automation, we're going to go ahead and we're gonna go ahead and tell it where to start. That's the only thing that we need to do manually. So I'm gonna go ahead and click that. So right now the leads are being processed to our Phantom Buster. Phantom Buster basically finds all lead information linked to LinkedIn except the email. So this is what the first automation is for. Afterwards, the lead information that's been extracted through this automation is going to be sent to our second automation, which is over here, which then is going to find the emails and save it at the end to our Google Sheets. I built in a sleep module because it takes for Phantom Buster some time to find those leads. Essentially, when you have the free version, you're going to have to work with this. If you bought Phantom Buster, it's going to go much quicker. So let's wait for a second for that to process through, and then afterwards I'm going to show you when it actually triggered. So yeah. The automation went through, so on to our second automation. Yep, it went through. It actually found, I believe, up to 23 leads. Should be 23. We can cross-check that in our Google Sheets. So the same way we fit in our LinkedIn URL. Gonna go ahead to the end. Already exported a lot of leads. And yes, we have found 23 people with emails. So out of these 60 people that we have here, we found 23. You can now go ahead and add the emails to your cold email campaigns, to your AI agents or whatsoever. So yeah, let's get started with the next section. Here I will show you very simply how the automation worked as you saw in the live demo. So basically, you're going to put your LinkedIn Sales Navigator URL inside the Google Sheets, then you're going to hit the play button. You can actually put as many URLs as you want after each other, and they're all going to trigger each phantom individually. You just have to set up the time delay a little bit higher so that Phantom Buster actually has time to export the leads. Then those leads are being sent to Phantom Buster. How you set up Phantom Buster, I'm going to show you in the next section. Phantom Buster then makes sure to get all of those leads and send them to the next automation. I have put a Google Sheets module here. The reason is that if you only want to do lead generation and you don't want to actually, oh, that was a really ugly, ugly arrow. If you don't want to enrich this lead information with emails, you only want the LinkedIn information, you can create your own Google Sheets module at the end, like I did here in the lead enrichment place, and you can stop the automation there. I have an HTTP module that then sends the lead information that is from Phantom Buster into the next automation. We have a webhook module there. So the extracted lead information from Phantom Buster is being sent directly to Apollo. Since we're only using the free Apollo version, there is a repeater in place in our automation that sends Apollo 10 leads at a time. That is because in the free version of Apollo only allows you to scrape 10 leads at the same time. If you want to pay money, be my guest. I built the automation so you can use it for free. And those batches of 10 leads are then being sent to our Google Sheets module. And that's it. This is how it works, quick and dirty. I'm going to show you also what tools I use for all of this and how much it costs. So yeah, we're using LinkedIn Sales Navigator, Google Sheets, Phantom Buster, Apollo.io, and Make.com. LinkedIn Sales Navigator and Make.com have free versions, but they are only on a 30-day trial. So in this 30-day trial, you want to make sure to get as much use of your lead extraction as possible, as afterwards it can cost money. These are all the tools that you want to connect into Make.com. Apollo.io and Phantom Buster have free versions, and you can keep on creating new accounts in order to keep on using those free versions, and you will just extract leads after leads after leads for free. If you want to continue using this automation and you want to pay for it, that's not a problem. You will then be at 160 euros a month, and you can extract as many leads as you want. Going now into the automation itself, how you can set this up for yourself, and how you can make this automation work for yourself. So the first automation, it's actually quite simple. It starts with a Google Sheets module. This is how I configured it. You select your spreadsheet ID, your name, and the headers. You leave the rows at A1 to Z1, and you limit at 2. You can also put this at 5 or 6 if you want to extract multiple URLs at the same time. Click Save. And next we have the Phantom Buster URL. So you're going to add your own connection. You got to put the API key here. You're going to find that on the Phantom Buster website. And after you've done it, you need to add your Phantom ID. How are you going to do that? So you're going to go to Phantom Buster. You're going to go to Browse Phantoms. You're going to find this Sales Navigator Search Export Phantom here. You're going to click Use Now and just run through the configuration. It's basically just clicking Next until you have it saved. I cannot show you this anymore because I'm already at 1 slot at the free version. That's as much as you can get. I can show you here. Yep. And after you've configured it, your Phantom will show here. This is what it looks like. And in the top bar in URL, you're going to take the second number, which is this one. You're going to copy it and fill it inside your Phantom ID. So your first, I'm going to make this bigger. Your first module is going to be Launch a Phantom. Makes sense. Second one is going to be a Sleep module. Since I already said in the live demo, it's going to take Phantom Buster some time to extract the leads in the free version. I set it to 2 minutes. When it's more than 500 leads, I actually put it to 5 minutes. I'm gonna go drink some coffee or something. And if it's less than 100 leads, you can also set it to a minute. But better safe than sorry, so I always put it to 2 minutes. Afterwards, you wanna have the Get an Output module. This looks like exactly like the first one. You're just gonna put your Phantom ID here. Then followed up by a Download the Result module. You're gonna select your connection, get a result from the container by entering manually, and add the container ID that you have from Get an Output, from the Get an Output Phantom Buster module. You're gonna click hit save, and this basically downloads the module in a result JSON format. This is what the data looks like. So we need to get that in a way to process nicely to our Google Sheets module or to our webhook. How are we going to do that? We're going to have 2 parse JSON modules in play. You're going to select this module and just put the data from download the result. You can see the data. You're going to click that and hit save. On to the next one. We're going to select the JSON string from the last module and click hit save. And afterwards, we want to aggregate the data. So what you're going to get here, this is the JSON string from the last module. As you can see, it's like just all the information in one big text. We parsed that, so each key has its own value. And now we do not want to have all of this information about each lead. We want to only have first name, last name, and company name and title. So we're going to aggregate that. I already added the contact structure, but what you're going to do is you're going to click add. You can name this I don't know, Phantom LinkedIn lead info, and you're going to click hit an item. You're going to select the name. So this is going to be first name. This is going to be a text, and yeah, and you're going to add the next item. At the end, it should look a little bit like this. So you have first name, last name, LinkedIn URL, and organization name. You're going to click inside and select each one of these into the perfect slot, hit save, and then we're almost done. So for the next automation to work, we want to send all the aggregated data as a JSON string again and send the container ID. The container ID I'm going to use to create a new Google Sheets for the lead information. So you can copy this from the download below or from the screen and hit save. And then we're gonna create our HTTP module. So from the second automation that you can see here, zoom in a bit, we have a webhook. When you add a webhook, you just click add and hit save. It's going to immediately create a new webhook. You're going to copy the URL to clipboard. Gonna go over here to your first automation and copy that URL inside here. You want to select post, so because we're sending data, we're not getting any data. Really important, select the content type to JSON. Do not select text, otherwise the automation doesn't work. And here we have our data, which should be in a JSON string. That is then going to send to the next automation. If you want to have all this aggregated data that we had here in JSON, and you want to immediately save it to your Google Sheets module, you basically just select your Google Sheets here, bulk update roles, and then you're going to configure the entire thing. I'm not going to do it now, it's going to take some time, and it's going to save all of that information that we just aggregated nicely. So we have here Susan Matheny, and it's going to send it over there. Let's delete this. So onto our next automation. We have now centered the JSON string. That's how it looks like. These are all the leads. And now what we want is organize the data in our Google Sheets. These two modules, basically what they're doing is they're just creating the first line for our lead. So name, email, last name, first name, LinkedIn URL. Nothing else. I can show you how I've configured it. It's basically like the last one. Oh, why is there one here? It should be there. And you're going to select the container ID from the last module. So this is automatically saves all your lead exports under the same container ID as you export the leads. Yep. So we just have add a sheet, add a row, and that row create those names, and then we're gonna go through some data formatting in order to give it to Apollo in the right way. First, we're gonna iterate the data that we got from the webhook. Then we're gonna aggregate the data. So we do not want value bundle and total number of bundles inside there. Then we're going to set up a repeater module. So we're going to take the length of, let me see here. Yeah, here it says we have 47 leads that we found from our Phantom. We're going to divide that by 10 and give 10 leads to Apollo each time. This basically does the same. We're just going to iterate the array that we have from the aggregator. So this takes all of our lead information and divides it by 10. Then we're going to aggregate that to JSON because Apollo wants a JSON string in order to work. So the same way as you set up the last aggregate to JSON module, you're just going to click add, first name, last name, and so on. Actually, you can just select this here. You're going to hit save, and then you got to build the make an API call Apollo module. This is a little bit more tricky as you need to put the URL from the API set up in Apollo. You're going to go over to Apollo. You're going to go to settings, integrations, and here you have this little API section. You're going to hit connect. You're going to go over to API keys. You're going to create a new key. I already did that. Add a name, make.com. And it's going to give you the relevant information in order to set up your Apollo connection. Afterwards, select method post. You're going to create a bunch of headers. So this is going to be accept and application JSON. Then we have cache control, and the third key is also content type and application JSON. And you're going to add the body as details JSON string. So this is what we aggregated here. Going to click save. This then is going to run a couple of times. We're going to iterate the body data, so you can just find it here. Going to click matches, hit save. Now we only want leads that have actually emails. So I set up a little filter that says a condition. You're going to select the email, exists, hit save. Then we're going to aggregate that again, and we're going to save the data in our Google Sheets module. So this is how it's going to look like. We're going to select the container ID for our new sheets. The last array from our aggregator is going to give us all the information, and then save our lead information over here. Yes, thank you so much for watching. Again, if you want to have this automation for yourself, make sure to check the links in the description below. It's all for free. You can download for yourself and set it up. And yeah, let me know in the comments what mundane work you don't want to do anymore, so I can build more automations that actually help you guys. Yeah, make sure to subscribe. See you guys in the next one.